Welcome to Dragon Ball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z, 3 episodes at a time, and we rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars, and we're available on Spotify, YouTube, and iTunes. We upload every Monday. If you like the show, please like and subscribe because we could use the emotional support. And I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
And I'm Wesley.
And this is Dragon Ball Speak, episode 11. Wow.
Schwig.
Dude, let me tell you something. If there is a perfect episode of a show, of any show, it is episode 31 of Dragon Ball Z.
Ah, yes.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, so yeah, let's start with episode 31. It's called Saiyan Sai's Secret. Literal name from the Japanese translation is Now Goku, a final technique with everything on the line.
They're so,
They're on the nose,
not
dude.
many words are needed to describe a Dragon Ball episode.
I know, right? So God, oh my god, dude. Where do we even begin with this one?
Well, my first note is Goku got a big old titty.
Oh yeah, it's zooming in on him and he's like
He's getting
flexing.
yoked in his titty. It's like we get like 10 seconds of titty shot and that thing is just getting bigger.
Yeah, I like how he's doing ×3 Kaio-ken and his body is like literally 3 times the muscle mass as normal.
He gets yoked.
Yeah, he's huge. So risking his life, Goku charges up the Kaio-ken to a triple. The incredible power generated overloads the Scouter. We already saw that, but I guess it just showed it again anyway.
Yeah, that
the
was
Scouter breaking.
Yeah, well, it didn't match
bit.
up with the last episode because the last episode he's already charged his Kaio-ken 3 and
then the Scouter breaks up.
Well, it breaks and the last shot is him in midair
going
for the attack,
punch.
and it's like they're like, we could have made that a little cooler. We're just gonna redo it.
And so they did.
Yeah,
and they made it cooler. King Kai starts to worry. With newfound strength, Goku attacks Vegeta. And, man, Vegeta is quickly overwhelmed. Dude, talk about a beatdown.
Yeah,
the most
wrecked.
satisfying, so satisfying.
I never would have guessed that he got so wrecked like that.
I know, because we
know
he's stronger than Goku. Yeah. We know that. But, yeah, with the Kaio-ken, he was able to, freaking beat him down.
Hard. Gives him a pile drive, like the Rock style. Gives him a punch that, like, just wrecks him.
God, he kicks his back, and then he, like, goes into a rock, and it, like,
it's brutal.
Goes, not through his body, but he a lot of impact. Fortune teller Baba works hard to conjure up an image on her crystal ball. That whole thing could have been cut, but luckily in this episode it was short because they knew that they needed to keep our attention on what mattered.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I've said in the past, like breaking up the tension a little bit is okay. It adds to it.
Mm-hmm.
They have no way of telling how well the battle is going for Goku, but everyone's excited that Goku's energy is so high. But Roshi says, or he fears that Goku's pushing himself beyond his limits. He said he has that candle quote, which I thought was cool. I'm sure it's a different line in the Japanese version, but a candle burns most violently when it's about to go out.
Yeah.
Dude, the voice acting from Sean Schemmel and Christopher Sabat, for that matter, in this episode is so good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So good. Goku screams like this is such an intense power struggle, and it's just so well animated. They show
there's so many cool shots in here.
There's it's
like my favorite shot in the show so far happens a little bit later in the episode.
Really? Yeah. Tell me when. Oh my God, yeah. He's just several sick maneuvers, really well animated body shots, and I could go on forever, but and then he ends the whole onslaught with a really intense gut punch.
Yeah, and it's so good because Vegeta just like falls back and he's like dripping.
He starts
saliva
and
then it turns into like blood, and he's just like,
and his eyes are red and he's got veins
and it's
sticking
like that.
out.
It's just like it's like such a good punch too. He just punches. And
I love when
they
sink in like that, and he just held it like.
Like, the only reason that the contact was stopped was because Vegeta, like, fell backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Goku was like, this is staying here, bro.
Oh, my God, right?
Yeah, it was sick.
And even after that, it says here, Vegeta continues taking damage from Goku and grows furious that his own Saiyan blood has been drawn by a lower-class warrior. So he says, Prince of all Saiyans, this is a low-class warrior. How could this possibly be happening?
Yeah.
Goku's body is beginning to have trouble enduring the strain imposed by the Kaio-ken ×3. And realizes he has to defeat Vegeta quickly. I really love, how they're able to show like how much strain it's putting on his body.
Yeah, it's sick.
Like even the smallest movement or touch is like killing
Hurting
him
him,
because his muscles are screaming. Vegeta, fueled with anger, Vegeta decides to destroy Goku along with the rest of the planet. Oh my god, there was a part right before this too. I believe it was after that gut punch, and Vegeta tries to punch Goku, but Goku catches it and then gets both of his hands and starts, hurting him.
Rips him.
Oh my god, awesome. Dude! Like, play this episode at my funeral, bro. Like, okay. I really love this. I mean, there's so much.
Photoshop your head onto Goku.
Okay, there's so much more to come. But I love. This is my first episode.
This is the first one where I was for the whole episode fully entranced.
The entire there's not a frame in this episode, I guess, except for the Kami House stuff. But it's really not bad. It's well done because
there's some Yajirobe stuff that was almost making me hate.
It wasn't. Yeah, but in this episode it wasn't too bad. It was just a couple of cuts to him.
Yeah, another food joke.
No, I would have had more pizza and ice cream.
Ice cream. Yeah. Yes, they have that little fight, and then.
But then.
Yeah, Vegeta prepares his. Was it Gamma gun or
It's Gallic.
Gallic gun.
Yeah, Gallic gun, and yeah. So new statue on the table.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is one of my favorite scenes in Dragon Ball Z, and one of my favorite shots ever. When he's charging it up, so he's getting the Gallic gun prepared, and Goku's I don't know what I'm gonna do, but he goes into Kaio-ken 3 again, and then a Kamehameha, and he's doing the classic Kame, scream and everything.
God, that used to be my ringtone. This Kamehameha used to be my ringtone.
It's the one I've been waiting to hear. And then the camera is pulled back, and you just see Goku on the ground
oh my God,
preparing it, and it's his red ball, and then you see Vegeta in the air, and you see the rocks rising, and it's just such a sick shot.
You have no clue how iconic this moment is, but that frame, the beam struggle. This is the first intense beam struggle we've had, which is it's a staple of Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it's the
beam
first thing some
when
people
they
think
hit
of.
And
then it's who's gonna win? Yeah, beam struggle. Yeah, exactly. Meaning it's a staple because of moments like this.
Yeah. It was so sick.
Oh my god, dude! The amount of chills that hit my whole body.
And then it happens, and so much strobe.
Oh my god!
I put Pokemon to shame. I was
oh my, I know.
I don't have epilepsy or anything that's affected by strobes, but I was man, maybe maybe this is about to do it because I've never experienced that much.
It's literally
strobes
flashing
on TV.
Black and white. Yeah.
I was did this air? This must have been before the whole Pokemon thing because
it was probably around the same time. I mean, we're watching the Blu-rays, which are unedited for broadcast. So maybe for the broadcast, it toned down the strobe. I mean,
it was
it's entirely possible.
Really? It was funny.
On Netflix for Pokemon, they still have the gun episode where
I saw it.
Yeah, you see that on Twitter? I did too.
He walks in the room with 6 guns.
Yeah, that didn't air in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! I literally wrote iconic beam struggle. Holy shit, this is crispy, dude. I could just go on the animation in this episode, and yeah, they're pretty evenly matched for this beam struggle.
Yeah,
Vegeta's lamenting that he's not strong enough to basically overpower him right away, and Goku hits the iconic Kaio-ken × 4 because he has to take it to the next level. Oh my god, dude, the chills I get from this, and God, this several shots that are just so
that whole sequence is sick.
It's one of my favorite sequences. It is easily my favorite sequence that we've seen in Dragon Ball Z up to this point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And yeah, he loses the beam struggle. He gets overpowered by the Kamehameha.
And the dude just gets yeeted right into the sky. I thought he was done. It was I think Team Rocket. It was a Team Rocket goodbye where he blasts off and then you hear the ding.
Yeah.
But then quickly after we learn.
Yeah,
Goku's I don't have much time.
He knows.
Well, because what happens? So Yajirobe comes out.
walks up and's hey,
it's basically the end of the episode. Yeah, and of course he comes out and he's oh man, I was cheering you on from behind a rock.
He's so
look at us, just 2 heroes and blah blah blah.
I know it's intentional, but the level of obnoxiousness really
it's just not
just
not necessary. He's not doing anything for the show. At this point,
not
till 2 episodes later, yeah. But at this point, and then this is when we find out because he's oh, we won, blah blah blah, and Goku's no, I don't think so. I think he'll be back pretty soon.
Goku's smarter than that.
He's I just need a little. Yeah, he's I need a little bit of time to recover because he's coming back.
Yeah, he can't even move. He stays in the same he can't move at all. Yeah, he says he overdid it a little bit. Like I said, I love how much they show. It really is taking that toll on his body. Yeah, Vegeta's hit point blank by the beam. Goku's exhausted. Yeah, a simple pat on the back turns out to be more than Goku can handle, and he screams in pain. Upon hearing from Goku that Vegeta is still alive and will return soon, Yajirobe retreats into hiding again.
Of course.
And yeah, so Vegeta frees himself from the crest of the Kamehameha. He's outraged. I love how mad he looks there with his his
so
eyes
pissed.
are bloodshot and his veins are just like freaking popping out. He fails to find the moon. He decides that he wants to transform, but he can't find the moon, of course, because Piccolo had the foresight to destroy it.
Yeah. I forgot that happened. I wasn't sure if the moon had gotten like revived or whatever.
Yeah, the moon was back in the beginning of the show because I don't remember if it's off screen or what, but Kami had wished the moon back from when it got destroyed originally in Dragon Ball. I don't remember if that's the canon. I don't remember if that's shown or what. But anyways, but then Piccolo destroys the moon in the beginning of this series because Gohan transforms while he's training him.
Yeah. And then we
got that fake moon.
Yeah, Vegeta like explains the blood something.
Blutz waves, yeah.
Blutz waves, yeah, and that he can use the Blutz wave or the power within him with something, and he basically creates a fake moon.
Right. I think they could have toned down the dialogue a little bit right there.
Yeah, it just seemed a little exposition-y dump, and I was just like, I'm not gonna take notes. I don't even know what these words are.
They felt the need for whatever reason to explain how he was able to create a fake moon when it really could have just been like,
here you go.
I can create a fake moon anyway.
Yeah. Like, we got over this problem. Because he says we got over this problem long ago. It's like,
exactly.
He could have just been like, we got over this problem long ago. Boom, fake moon. And then Goku could have been like, shit.
I know. And I guess we would have called BS if he was just like,
That's
boom,
fair,
fake moon. But whatever. I mean, I don't care if something's cool. Then
yeah.
I just don't care.
Yeah, it was sick when it happened. And then, I love watching. So, like, the episode ends, like, mid-transformation.
Yeah.
It's actually more towards the start where you see he's like still part human, and he's like slowly becoming. You can see the fangs come out.
Pretty cool
his,
sequence.
His
I
eyes
love
are
that
like the
shot.
white.
I
and
love
like
that shot.
That big triangle. It's so sick. Whenever
he looks so cool. Yeah, when he's like beginning to transform,
and his mouth starts to like tear open, and and then he finishes his transformation, and then our narrator's like, "Oh, what's gonna happen next?"
Right. Yeah. So
super awesome episode. Probably my favorite so far.
Easily my favorite so far. Vegeta attempting to destroy Earth with a Gallic gun. And then Goku's able to push it back using the Kaio-ken ×4 Kamehameha. I just can't put into words how much I love that.
What's this one? Oh, we already did what this one's called in Japan. That's right, yeah.
Yep. Not much more here. Not much more to go over with that episode, so moving on.
We get to Spirit Bomb Away.
Spirit Bomb Away, which we thought was a spoiler.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Didn't end up being much of a spoiler.
They had already kind of mentioned,
because they had mentioned
King
King
Kai's
Kai's
gonna have to use
mentioned
a Spirit Bomb.
Right, and we knew in some form or another, because we saw him learn the Spirit Bomb on King Kai's planet. We knew that at some point that would come into play.
Yeah. This episode I did not like as much. It might be because of how great the one before it was, but it just felt a little. It felt like an in between the one episode we just watched and the one that comes after.
I kind of can agree with that. I didn't like it quite as much as the previous episode.
Yeah.
And that was because a little bit more exposition, a little bit more I won't say filler, but a little bit more fluff.
It was just preparing for what the next episode is, basically, like, which we'll talk about in the summary. So
right. So Krillin and Gohan are on their way back to the Kame house. They said they're almost there, but they spot the Powerball in the distance, which is the fake moon.
The fake moon, yeah.
They tremble, remembering Goku's Great Ape transformations. There was something in this episode that I really liked that we'll get to. Really loved. Feeling Vegeta's increase in power, Gohan becomes worried for his father and chooses to return to help him.
This part was sick. He's like slowly moving forward, and Krillin has a really badly voice acted line because Gohan's moving forward to leave, and Krillin goes, "Stop."
Right.
And I was like, you missed the intensity there, but
yeah, I wonder if they had the context for this scene.
Yeah.
Because I did notice actually, not that line, not when he says stop, but the next one that was like, well, what are we gonna do? Or something along those lines was kind of weak.
And Gohan looks sick, dude. He's got like a shadow over his face. And his hair. He's got his head down. It looks like he's about to beat some ass.
He can tell something's wrong. Yeah. And I really like this look for him with like the longer hair,
the mullet almost.
The Piccolo outfit, like because he trained with Piccolo, of course.
But it's sick. He's just like, yeah, I probably have no chance, but I gotta help my dad. Like, it is what it is.
I hate when the character and of course it's in character for some of them, but I hate when it's like, well, what are we gonna do to help? Yeah. It's like, well, might as well try.
It's his dad. Like, he's gotta go.
Exactly. And of course, Krillin's always been a little bit I won't say cowardly, but a little bit more reluctant to get into these dangerous situations.
He's just more logical. Fine. He doesn't use his emotions as much.
Exactly. Which
he's like, nah, dude, we're gonna die. Let's not.
Right.
Yeah.
God, and it cuts to Goku just so shredded. I love the ripped, the muscle definition, the shadows on.
It's so sick. He's got his pants are like baggy. They're almost like Street Fighter 2 looking. Dude. They're like he's like. Just the wind is blowing. Oh, it's such a
This
cool
is like
look.
My favorite Goku design up to this point.
Yeah, he's so yoked. It's awesome.
So cool.
His pants are all ripped, and I love it.
I know.
He's daddy.
He is. He thick daddy.
He is thick, yeah. There was a part, I don't remember if it was this episode or that episode, but he comes down a mountain. I think it's in the first one. He kind of slides down the mountain, and he's like holding on to it. Mm-hmm. Dude.
His ass?
Dummy thick. Like, I was like, shit, that's a big old booty.
Yeah. Goku got ass,
that's Daddy Goku. I feel you go on.
Yeah, so Vegeta's transformed. And Goku does his best against him, but Vegeta is amazingly fast, agile, of course, for his size. Yeah. And the canon, I suppose, is that he's 10 times stronger than his previous form because this episode's original title is literally translated to Power Level times 10, Vegeta's Great Transformation. They just lay it all out for you.
They're like, you don't need to watch the episode. We got it in title for you.
Right. Back on the battlefield, Goku does his best against the transformed Vegeta, however, agile for his size, 10 times stronger, and Gohan begins to lose energy. During the chase, Goku's realizing that he himself was the terrible monster of the full moon that his grandfather told him about many years ago, as well as the one who actually killed him in a mindless rampage. I loved that moment.
It was cool seeing the Dragon Ball footage. I don't know if they redid it or what, but it was clearly him destroying Pilaf's castle, and I was like,
I don't think it was redone. I think it was the same animation, but I'm not positive.
I was like, hey, look at that.
Putting aside his feelings of guilt, because he realizes that he killed his own grandfather, but he doesn't even have time to register it.
Yeah.
He prepares to retaliate against Vegeta, and we cut back to the Kame House, the crystal ball nonsense. We get another cool rotating shot right before that. I just love these rotating shots in anime because they're so hard to actually animate, as far as I've ever heard. Yeah, so it cuts around him, and we've got that huge Vegeta looming. And then he prepares to create a spirit bomb. In order to buy the time. Well, tries to prepare the spirit bomb to begin with. It doesn't. He's way too close. He realizes that he's too close. He gets hit for it.
So he does. What was he doing with his? So he does a move with his head or something.
Solar flare.
Yeah, to like give him some.
The solar flare is Tien's technique from the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And then I think Krillin ends up using it at one point. Goku's used it before. He used it in the tournament. I think when he was fighting Piccolo, he used it.
And which show is that?
In Dragon Ball.
Oh, the essential one.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, the one you have to watch. Then he flies off to a safe distance after he blinded him temporarily. He stretches his arms out and begins gathering energy from everything in nature. And I love this move because it's so badass.
It was good, but it was just a little long in the tooth on the like all the spirit juice coming up from the earth.
A little bit, but I really like the move.
Yeah.
I love
the move is so attack. Cool, and it's like that's his all. So
and we get this cool circle of life shot. Did you notice that with the sunset and like the energy going by? I was like, this is circle of life.
Yeah.
But man, he creates the spirit bomb. He gathers all the energy. He concentrates it into his fist. But just before he can fire, Vegeta recovers from the solar flare and launches a super Gallic blaster at Goku, which I guess is the one from his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Catches him by surprise, and Goku subsequently takes the full force of the attack and loses the energy for the spirit bomb, or so we think. Exhausted by the strain from gathering energy, Goku's unable to dodge. Dude, he's just beaten at this point.
Yeah, he can't do anything.
After that Kaio-ken times 4, he's barely had it in him anyway.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's just out of juice. It just happens. He's unable to dodge, and then Vegeta crushes both of his legs, which in a brutal scene, he breaks his legs.
Yeah.
The pain screams from Sean Schemmel are really intense.
So he picks him up and then starts to squeeze Goku, and dude, the scream is like, it's like messed up.
Yeah, I know.
And even Sean Schemmel, he went into that high register like that.
That one was a little bit too. I was like, that's a little bit weird of a scream. But
if you in the next episode when they play it back,
lower,
they change it to just like a
Yeah, it's a regular pain scream. He went a little too. Yeah,
his first
he went soprano on that one.
Yeah.
He went Prince. But yeah, actually, first he gets his eye blasted out.
Yes,
Vegeta does. Yeah,
That
and
part was
with
sick.
the last of his energy, Goku blasts out his eye.
Some nut in the eye. Boom.
Mm-hmm. And there it goes. And so he's lost half of his vision.
Then we get. I think that's it for that episode, right?
Yeah, not much more going on here.
I was for me the weakest of the three.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that episode. What was the chapter called? Oh, All That Power. Yeah, it aired on August 8th, 2005.
Oh, that's crazy.
So they must have been airing like, I thought it was like every Saturday, but it is not every Saturday. It's like
a lot
often.
a week. Yeah. And the next
Originally.
episode, Hero in the Shadows.
Hero in
Whenever
the
we started, I
Shadows.
was like, this better not be what I think it is.
And what was
Freaking Yajirobe, dude, comes to save the day. Son of a bitch.
it? I think it would have been more infuriating if he actually left.
Yeah, that would have been. That's fair, but I was like, dang it, don't give me any reason to like this dude. I hate him already. I don't want any redemption. Like, get him out of my face. So take it away.
Literal name: Don't die, father. This is Gohan's hidden strength. Rather than Hero in the Shadows, which I actually would have been worse because it gives away that Gohan has a card in this episode to play. I don't know. Gohan's never seen the Great Ape, so he doesn't know what the hell's going on. Whenever
because I guess you don't, when you become it, you don't know that you.
So it depends, yeah. So Goku and Gohan didn't.
That's right, because Vegeta.
But Vegeta's
knows.
talking. He's having full conversations, so he's able, for whatever reason, whether it's because he's stronger, for whatever reason, he's able to keep his right mind for the most part. It seems. Yajirobe watches as Vegeta is slowly crushing Goku in his hands, but he's convinced that not helping Goku is the right thing to do because he's a God.
He sucks. That's why.
It's just so obnoxious.
This is not a great person.
Right.
He says, I gotta look out for number one.
I gotta look out for number one. I'm sure you understand. That was my best Yajirobe impression, and it sucked.
Superb.
Yep. As there is little he can do. Yeah, Gohan and Krillin arrive. Krillin recognizes Vegeta's great ape form and rushes to the ground with Gohan, and they stumble upon Yajirobe's hiding spot. Yajirobe fills them in. Yajirobe pisses me off. That's what I wrote. Which you guys already know.
I think I put still too much Yajirobe.
Yeah. As Yajirobe flees the scene, Gohan gets Vegeta's attention long enough for Krillin to form a Destructo Disc, or Kienzan. And I like that Krillin's the one who came up with the plan. He's tactical like that.
Yep.
And he's going to launch it from behind. Vegeta's expecting the attack, though, and he's avoiding it.
Yep.
So I do like that we see a little bit of a flash of Gohan's anger here. Mm-hmm. Goku is getting, like, brutally crushed. Really, a couple of cuts impact frames that flash, and it's black and white, and it's him like
getting wrecked,
dying essentially.
Looks like an X-ray of his bones getting crushed.
Yeah, it's really really cool shots. That's like the kind of creative stuff that you just don't see as much in like modern anime compared to back when it was like hand drawn. Like, I'm not a purist by any means, but I love that kind of raw creativity.
Yeah.
Vegeta's expecting the Destructo Disc, and he jumps over it. All seems lost until Yajirobe catches Vegeta off guard after he had driven away. It surprises us. He slices his tail off with a sword.
Yajirobe was the hero all along.
So I guess there's 1% of him that has good in him, and he knew he had to help, or else, really, he would end up dying anyway.
Yeah, that's why it's like annoying that he doesn't help at all, because it's like, dude, this is it. You're gonna die, either helping or not helping.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he cuts off the tail with a sword. I love that moment because you're not expecting it anymore. You're not expecting the tail to get cut off, because you don't expect him to come back. Nothing has indicated that.
Yeah, and then we see Vegeta go back. So
now you know why Yajirobe showed up to begin with. They were planting it for that. But yeah, Vegeta's back to normal.
With his eye still messed up. Which
is
cool.
I like the continuity. After reverting, an angry Vegeta starts to attack Gohan as Yajirobe once again goes into hiding. Krillin leaps to assist Gohan, but one swift kick takes him out of the fight. And I think he's got a broken arm. It's bloody, and he's holding it, and he's not moving it.
Yeah.
Seems like it. Vegeta then headbutts Gohan, drawing blood. What a brutal headbutt, too.
Yeah, dude, it was gnarly.
Yeah, I know. I was like, ugh, God. Brutal. Really violent. At Kame House, everyone's losing hope. Chi-Chi has 1,000-yard stare, I guess. And then she encourages Gohan to fight.
Kame cuts are still annoying.
Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, yeah. They don't exist technically, so.
Really? Oh, that's.
I don't think so. From what I remember, I read it like 2 weeks ago, but I don't think it does. Maybe once or twice, but not to this extent. Yeah, she's roughing up Oolong while she's cheering on Gohan.
Yeah. My poor boy.
Vegeta tosses Gohan like a ragdoll next to his defeated father. In one of my favorite moments of the episode, actually my favorite moment of the episode, one of my favorite moments character-wise, Gohan's about to give up because he's so afraid of Vegeta until he receives an encouraging lecture from Goku about how Piccolo believed in him and laid down his life for him and how he also believes in him.
Yeah, that part was sick.
Yeah, really, I love that moment. I love, they're reaching out, they're about to touch hands. And then
yeah, it was like the creation of man.
Yeah, creation of Adam.
Adam, yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know.
Meh.
And then Vegeta's like, nope.
No,
just
dude.
Comes down, knee
with the heavy knee
to the freaking abdomen, and then he prepares his fist. He's just gonna like
bash him,
dude. Brutal.
I know.
And then he goes to like some lame like back alley beat up where he's just standing beside Goku, just kicking him.
Oh, I know.
I was like, oh man, don't do my boy like that. He
kicks him in the face, and he's just kicking him in the ribs. He's just so
He's got to turn to the Joker now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how Goku becomes the Joker.
And so Gohan gets pissed and is like, dude, he screams like, stop, like, and that catches Vegeta's attention. He's like, oh, okay, what you got? Which distracts him enough for Krillin and Goku to have a little moment.
Right, this is crucial because if Gohan didn't get inspired by Goku to fight, then Goku wouldn't have been able to transfer this spirit bomb energy to Krillin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Krillin limps over there, barely able to even walk, it seems. And then Goku passes on the energy remaining from the spirit bomb to Krillin, saying that there's some of it left, not all of it. He forms it into a ball, Krillin does, and then Goku warns him that he has to hit Vegeta at all costs, as it is his last bit of energy, and the spirit bomb is their last hope of defeating Vegeta, period. Yep. He says you have to hit him. And Krillin says he'll do his best.
And that's where we leave off.
Mm-hmm. And some differences from the manga in this episode is that Chi-Chi cheering on Gohan at the Kame House is exclusive to anime. And then
really? I never would have thought.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, exactly. Because it doesn't really make sense, does it, for her character?
No.
Interesting how that is. And then Yajirobe never actually leaves the battlefield in the manga.
Interesting.
Yep. So
let's review these bad boys.
Yeah, because this one aired on the 9th of August, 2005.
So the next day.
They really are just, I guess they're just pumping them out. Okay, so give me your rating for episode 31.
My first 7 out of 7.
7.
I had her 6 originally, but then we talked about it, and I was like, nah, this is like a 7.
Dude, the
only gripe I have is just the Yajirobe cuts, but it does technically get paid off 2 episodes later.
That's the payoff,
it
right?
Makes sense, yeah.
So it's less annoying when you know that he's the one that actually technically, I guess not defeats, but
he's the hero in the shadows.
He's the hero in the shadows.
Bruh.
That's true. I underlined the word orgasmic.
Oh, did you
Yeah, it came.
Oh, good. good.
Yeah, I got close.
So you gave it a 7 out of 7 stars too?
Easy 7. Easy.
And so Spirit Bomb Away was my least favorite of the 3, but I still gave it a 5 out of 7. I just, like I was saying earlier, just felt like a bridge between episode 31 and 33. Like I didn't feel like I don't know, like I could have done with a little more meat on the bone.
Yeah, they could have. I gave this one a 6 because I still loved it. I loved the realization when he learns that he is the monster. The animation is still practically top tier compared to the previous episode. We get the return of the solar flare, which is an iconic attack because that's Tien's attack. The spirit bomb, first time being used in combat. Well, it didn't technically get used, but I like seeing it. I like seeing it. It's just that's like one of the coolest moves to me in terms of concept.
Yeah.
And I love the violence, actually. The violence versus Goku on Vegeta's end is really intense.
It's brutal.
Really brutal. I gave it a 6.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hero in the Shadows, I gave a 5 out of 7 as well.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.
Just like my 5 is like my standard. That's just like my great. You know, my 6 is amazing, and then episode. 7 is like
perfect.
Yeah, incredible, like masterpiece.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a great episode. But yeah, it's kind of it's like the slowdown of this, and we're kind of building up into what's going to happen next.
Right, we're approaching the climax.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are. Well, your second one.
You and I, yeah. Highlights of the episode is, Gohan character moments, even though it left a little bit to be desired for me, his action. It was more like a background thing because what was actually important was the Spirit Bomb.
I did like the part where Goku and Gohan are having a little moment.
They have a really cool
and he's like, dude, I believe in you. Piccolo believed in you, which is cool because Goku, and Piccolo were kind of enemies or rivals at this point.
Right.
So it was cool for him to be like, to see Piccolo the same way that Gohan does. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what gives Gohan the push. At this point, it's interesting that at this point, Piccolo's like almost his main motivator compared to
his own father.
Goku, yeah.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Because once he mentioned Piccolo, that's when Gohan was like, yep.
He remembers, that this guy's the reason that his mentor is dead and that he owes that guy everything.
Yep.
So, I really like that, too. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of notes for this episode. Just,
it was a great episode.
Yeah, good episode.
What'd you give it?
5?
Yep, 5 out of 7.
Yeah,
me too.
5. So it went 7.65. Of course, 31 is the true climax of the
the fight.
It seems, because it is just 20 minutes of action.
Yep.
And it is so juicy. This is Dragon Ball Z at its best. I love this. And like I said, this ongoing fight is just so important. It's so iconic. So many shots in that fight. I could go on. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it.
We did it.
Yeah, so what happens next? Is Krillin going to finish off Vegeta? Is Goku going to freaking die because he's like practically dead?
Yeah.
Gohan, what will he do?
Die.
Yajirobe?
Die.
And who else is there?
Chi-Chi. Die.
Okay. Yeah, what'll happen? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Speak.
Swag.